Passenger car bodies were used for passengers, sleepers, diners, and in some cases, even used for superliners. However, during the 1920s, Ontario had an interesting experiment on them. During that time, the northern section of Ontario had a difficult time getting around. One of these difficulties was getting to a school building. Due to children living in settlements, with 75% of them being families of railroad employees, and the others being hunters, trappers, or other forestry workers like loggers. Add a mountainous terrain, making it impossible to build on, as one slip could lead to collapse or even death. In late 1926, the Ontario government launched an experiment to carry a school up to the northern area of Ontario, in collaboration with Ontario's Minister of Education and the railroads, specifically with Canadian National and the Canadian Pacific Railway. The experiment was a regular passenger car was cleaned from passenger services, and a classroom was installed. Meet the Schools on Wheels program, a program meant to carry education to Northern Ontario by train car. The car was equipped with 2 blackboards, a rolled-out map, a globe, desk, school books, and supplies for the children, with the words School on Wheels being painted on the sides. The car also had living quarters for the teachers just in case if they had families. Each car would stay in their place for approximately 4 to 8 days, or 3 to 6 days a month, before being pulled to the next location by another train, whether passenger or freight. The test was conducted in September of 1926, with teachers Willie H. McNeely and Fred Solomon conducting the run. Fred was taken to Sunbury, Ontario, and McNeely was taken to North Bay, Ontario, with Fred going further into the north. After the run, the school car was an amazing success. The attendance was 100%, with the teachers teaching April grades when stopping at 14 points in Northern Ontario as a result. The tests were so successful that the Ministry of Education expanded the program, and the 5 more cars were added to the family. These were later donated to the CN and CR, with one being donated to the Trans and Northern Ontario area to continue the program. However, when the school car moved to a different location, the children of urban communities would either walk, travel by horse, or snowshoe, or use a canoe to get to the school car. While teachers left to return to an ordinary life on the school ground, some would stay, like Fred Solomon, who later became the den of the school car, as he raised a homestyle life with his wife and 5 children. While the school car may be used for children during the day, it was often turned into night classes for the adults and teachers who didn't have any assignments, as many of them never spoke English and never read in their lifetime, with many of them coming from the country of Ontario or being immigrants from Europe. They proved useful during the 40s, as they were at the peaks of their time. The theater Ted Christian later quoting, "The good of pornography finds no place or acceptance wherever the school car operates. There's no doubt that the next generation will fall nature into their place," as it says. Despite the success, things couldn't last. After World War II and entering the post-war era, the 1960s proved to be a challenging year and, furthermore, a lasting ending year for them, as Ontario had improved in more ways rather than just building roads. The roads were being constructed everywhere, student numbers began declining, and families were finding other communities to live in, which means more large city areas. By the end, operations at school are proved to be the final leg due to the attendance ratings the final move. The program eventually ended in 1967, ending what should have been a short experiment into a 40-year legacy. However, there was at the end of the school car number 51 and another school car was reserved at the Expo Rail Museum, with the other being preserved at the School on Wheels program Rail Museum, while the rest were scrapped. You can still see the school car at the museum as well today. While it was a unique car, it was definitely an